Debbie Silber, the Mojo Coach. You know, there are two conditions that I find many moms afflicted with. The first is toxic mom stress, and the second is the supermom syndrome. Today I want to talk about the supermom syndrome. You know, what happens is we have these very high expectations that we place on ourselves, and very often it's because we look around and we see what other moms may be doing, and then we think we need to be doing the same thing. So you may look around and see one mom who her house is always perfect, or she always looks perfect, or she's the one bringing in those unbelievably beautiful cupcakes, and you know, we have sort of the munchkins behind our back, you know, and we feel a little uncomfortable bringing those. Or maybe she has this incredible relationship with her partner, and her kids are so neat and respectful and well behaved. And what happens is we wind up comparing ourselves to these other women and finding and feeling like we're coming up short. And it's such a hit to our ego and to our self-esteem. And then we fill ourselves with self-doubt and insecurity. And it's because we've placed these expectations on ourselves. Now, of course we want to have high expectations, but when they're unrealistic, then all we do is let ourselves down. A couple things going on with this whole supermom thing. First of all, that mom is showing you the side that she wants you to see. So we don't always know what the case is. And also I found that with many of these supermoms, there's an incredible amount of super stress. Now, for those of you who know my story, that was really part of the reason why I got as sick as I did. Here I had a husband and a home and 4 kids and 4 dogs and a full-time practice. Well, I also had toxic relationships and emotional upheaval, but I had a really bad case of that supermom syndrome, where everything had to be perfect and no one can do it as well as me, and heaven forbid I were to ask for help, right? I had to do it all myself. And the problem with it is, it's so stressful, and our body and our mind just can't handle that kind of abuse, so it starts breaking down, and you know, affects the immune system and affects us on so many different levels, and it's just so unhealthy, and it's just so it's just not a way to treat ourselves. You know, as moms anyway, we're conditioned to put ourselves last. We'll take care of ourselves if and when everyone else is cared for. You know, we'll at that point, when everybody else's needs are cared for, then that's the point when maybe we'll exercise, or maybe we'll take a break. By that point, you know, there's no time, energy, or motivation left for our own self-care. So we find that that's when we become, over time, unfit, overweight, overwhelmed, unhappy, unfulfilled, unsatisfied, all of it. Because all we're doing is depleting ourselves and completely neglecting ourselves in the process. So with the whole supermom thing, what you want to do is find out and say, you know, what's the reason why I've placed these expectations on myself? Is it realistic? You know, sure, it's realistic to get everything done, but maybe not all at the same time. So what you want to do is find out what's the thing that I really want to work on the most. You know, if you find that you've really neglected your eating, well then maybe focus on that and let the house go a little bit. If you find that you're neglecting your kids, you're not spending that quality time that you want to, well, you know what? Find a way to maybe see if you're spending too much time watching TV or on the computer, spend more time with the kids. If it's your relationship that you've really put on hold, get a babysitter. Take that time for yourselves. Work on the one thing and see what you can do about letting some of the other stuff go for now. Until you've sort of fixed that, you found a way to make the other stuff work, then slowly work on the next thing. But supermom means super stress, and it's just not healthy mentally, physically, and emotionally. So we'll talk about this stuff and so much more. Looking forward to talking again. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.